From the capital city of Charleston, West Virginia, this is Inside West Virginia Politics with Mark Curtis. Inside West Virginia Politics is brought to you by AARP West Virginia, your ally for real possibilities in the Mountain State.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Inside West Virginia Politics. I want to introduce Dr. Paul Ziemkiewicz. She's a professor at West Virginia University, and we're going to be talking about rare earth elements and efforts to clean up coal mines around the state of West Virginia and all kinds of interesting stuff. We are in Monongalia County. We are outside of what? An old, closed down, it's not an abandoned mine, but it's a mine that's been closed for how long?
Probably 16, 17 years.
Okay. And a lot of folks would look at this and say there's not much value in an old coal mine. They're not mining coal anymore, but within recent years there's been a discovery of something that's a byproduct from these mines that is potentially very beneficial to the economy and the environment. I want to talk about rare earth elements. First of all, tell us your title and the organization you work for at WVU.
I'm the director of the West Virginia Water Research Institute at WVU. It's part of the WVU Energy Institute.
I wanted to put the Water Research Institute out there because you guys are involved in treating water, and people look at what does coal have to do with water? Well, a lot. So the bottom line here is you guys are trying to extract what are known as rare earth elements. First of all, what are they and what are they used for, and why is there such a benefit here?
Yeah, the rare earth elements are a group of elements in the periodic table that they're not particularly rare, but they just don't form concentrations that are particularly useful in a mining sense. Copper, for example, it's easy to find copper concentrations because there are natural volcanic processes and other things that will cause concentrations that are economically attractive. Rare earths generally don't do that. There are very few minerals that contain enriched rare earth elements, so finding them in a spot where nature has concentrated them is an extremely difficult proposition.
I've done some research on this, and fast forward to 2019, I had no idea rare earth elements are critical elements in cell phones, computers, magnets, Defense Department components. How critical are these to our economy, and is that why you guys are out here trying to find them?
Well, yeah, for example, in order to make high strength, high temperature resistant aluminum alloys, for example, you need scandium. Scandium is one of the rare earths. And an F-35 fighter may have a couple hundred tons of scandium in it. So if we didn't have a supply of scandium, we wouldn't be making our high performance aircraft. Turbine blades, high performance, high temperature, high strength turbine blades are also aluminum scandium alloys. Yeah. And that's just one example.
I want to talk about the big picture economic aspect of this, because a lot of folks would look at this mine behind us and say it's been closed down for 20, 30 years. There's no economic benefit. There's no more coal to take out of there. And all of a sudden we're finding something, and it's a byproduct of the water that goes through the mines that is where the rare earth elements wind up. How important is this economically, not just to West Virginia, but the entire coal mining industry in this country?
Well, potentially significant, very significant. The important thing about the rare earth elements is that you've already done all the hard work. You've mined the coal, you've aerated the mines, you've created all the processes that are necessary to generate acid mine drainage. Acid mine drainage has sulfuric acid in it. Sulfuric acid leaches, dissolves the rare earth elements out of the surrounding rock, like the rock on either side of the coal seam that you see over here behind you. All of that contains rare earth elements. And if you didn't have a natural source of acid, you'd have to import it. And then you could dissolve the rare earth elements. But there you have nature doing that for you in a process that is otherwise an environmental liability that someone has to pay to clean up. And here we're getting it for free while cleaning up the water. And you have to clean up the water to make it well, dischargeable so it doesn't ruin the stream. So you have to knock the metals out. And while you're doing that, you're also taking out the rare earths.
Yeah, I want to talk more about the environmental benefits. It's not just economic. We're going to come back here on Inside West Virginia Politics and continue our discussion of rare earth elements. We're at an old mine site here in Monongalia County. This is fascinating. Stay with us. We'll be right back.